Good morning. My name is Sam Cho. I'm the Chief of Spine Surgery at Mount Sinai West. This morning I'm going to present on artificial intelligence and give you a clinician's perspective. AI is a hype these days in the media, and I can demonstrate quite easily that AI is affecting your life on a daily basis even now. So if you pull out your cell phone, or rather a smartphone, you can search anything that you want to know about on Google. And in fact, Google will give you results of what you're looking for based on your previous searches. If you get bored, you can go to Netflix and it will suggest movies for you based on your preferences. And you can buy things off of the Amazon website. And if you want to connect with your friends, you can log on to Facebook and it will tell you where your friends are and what they're doing. If you have a high school friend, for example, that you have forgotten about, it can tell you what he or she is doing, and if you have forgotten about his or her name, then it can actually tell you the name of the person on the photograph. And if you need to go somewhere else, Uber can pick you up in its self-driving cars and bring you to places. So AI is here, and it is here to stay. In some sense, medicine has been a silo from all these technological developments in recent years. It was not until January of 2014 that we moved on to electronic health records, and this required a government mandate. I still remember as a young resident writing notes on a daily basis into patients' charts, and also looking for x-rays so that I can pencil in the planning for the surgeries for that day. Obviously, all of these have been digitized, and these are some of the companies that have created digital systems for us to record patients' information into. And all of these are billion-dollar companies, obviously, and they're generating a lot of data. So it requires a couple things for AI to work. First would be big data, and we do have electronic health records that can capture a lot of the patient activities that we may have ignored in the past. It can be either big, or you can still work with the small data as long as it's accurate. It's well annotated and labeled. So you can work with smaller data for a specific problem that you may be working on. It does require high-performing computer unit, and a lot of developments have taken place in the video game space, where graphics processing units have been utilized for artificial intelligence work as well. Okay. Thirdly, in order to do AI work, you need algorithms to run these data on. So the machine learning and deep learning are two techniques that folks are using these days to do AI research, and in particular, artificial neural networks has been developed to do a lot of the work in AI space. In my personal view, there had been a fundamental shift in which we utilize computers. I still remember as a grade school student using this old Apple computer to write in a few codes and making a ball move from one place to another. And that was very deterministic, where you specify what you want the computer to do, and the computer can do only one thing at a time based on the codes that you provide. However, things have moved to becoming more probabilistic, from explicit to implicit, and from being mechanistic to what I call organic. So obviously, all of us are involved and engaged in life sciences, and this is more akin to life than what we have thought of in computer science traditionally. So what has been done so far in AI space? I give you two examples. In Nature, early this year, there was a paper in which computer scientists and physicians came together and trained a computer algorithm to look at skin cancer pictures, and they developed a model using AI, and they tested this model against 21 board-certified dermatologists, and the model worked equal or better than the physicians themselves. Secondly, there was another model that was developed to look at diabetic retinopathy pictures, and the model again performed as well as or equal or as well as or better than physicians themselves. So these are powerful techniques and technologies that are already at work, and you can apply these technologies to do medical research and hopefully turn them into better care for our patients. With this in mind, we have pooled our talents and some of the resources and started a medical AI consortium here at Mount Sinai Healthcare System. And some of the projects that we have launched are as follows. We have clinical data projects, one looking at national surgical quality improvement data, and another one assessing all of the Mount Sinai electronic medical records that contain millions of patients and coming up with algorithms that can better treat different diseases and surgical care. Secondarily, we have medical imaging projects looking at head CTs and X-rays and automating some of the processes by which we read these radiographic images. And thirdly, medical modeling projects have been headed by Dr. Costa. So the holy grail of medicine in the 21st century is personalized medicine. We learn from big data, from millions of patients, and based on the models that we develop using AI, we can individualize care. So if a person walks in with diabetes and is of a certain age, racial background, body height and weight, and then we can tailor his or her treatment based on the characteristics that we learn about that specific patient based on the experiences of millions of other patients who have been treated for the same condition. And on top of that, AI can utilize different kinds of data to learn from. And we can learn from clinical documents, labs, radiographic images, genomics, proteomics, and all of those can be combined together to come up with a master algorithm, if you will. Just like self-driving cars, we can automate a lot of the processes that take place in our hospitals. You can think of surgical procedures as being an example that we can apply AI to automate part or all of it. Certain workflow can be automated as well as we can have the machine detect and alert the physician if something goes awry, for example, so that the physician can pay attention to the patient quicker than without the technology. So is this going to be a great hype or a true great hope for the society moving forward? It obviously remains to be seen. So far, the results have been fantastic. And I urge you not to just take a back seat, but jump on the driver's seat and start using the technology to better medical care today. Thank you very much.